Early childhood education in Oregon is potentially about to change. Senate Bill 5514 includes a 3% cut to all programs offered by the Early Learning Department, and even more for others.
That includes some families who may have already enrolled their child in preschool, or even some 3-year-olds who've been going to preschool who might not have a preschool to go back to when they're 4.
Dana Hepper from the Children's Institute says the free program Preschool Promise would lose 10% of its funding, more than $20 million, potentially affecting more than 600 kids.
That is piling on all the other cuts, and that's where we're seeing that destabilizing impact to our community.
The Early Child Equity Fund to help parents and children with language barriers also faces a 10% cut. Tony DeFalco, the executive director of the Latino Network, says communities of color fought for these resources to help all kids succeed in the education system.
What we don't want to do in Oregon is to go further backwards. We're already very, very low in terms of educational outcomes for our youth.
Another program on the chopping block, Healthy Families of Oregon, which helps families who are at risk of having their kids go into the foster care system.
That would mean about 50 fewer families being served, which would just be then placed on the wait list, which we already have about 150 families waiting on. It would be pretty devastating for our community.
Nonprofit groups say kids who receive special care early lead to long-term economic benefits for all of us. Those children have lower chances of incarceration, are more likely to graduate from high school, have better paying jobs, and end up needing less public support.
I think that sometimes the investments in kids isn't seen as worthwhile. If you are able to witness it in person and see the benefits to children and families, you'd be all in too.
Now, in contrast, students in K through 12 are expected to see a proposed 11% boost in funding. So advocates for early childhood learning are hoping lawmakers will restore some of their funding so they could at least keep daycares open with $7 million more in funding. Libby Dowsett, KGW News.